New Year's and Christmas were not the best for me and my family, so the following video was delayed. It was going to be uploaded a lot sooner, but because of just life stuff that I'm not going to get into on this channel or explain, I was unable to upload, but I'm ready now. It's the new year. Technically, I finished this on December 10th, but yeah, I'm just now getting it uploaded, and I hope you can give me some leeway because life doesn't really care about your plans, and you may have planned to upload on one morning, but then, you know, your family emergencies happen and you can't. YouTube isn't important at that point. Anyways, without further ado, here's the video, and I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hi guys, welcome to another video, and this week I'm going to be doing some unboxing and start a sculpting project. It might be one video, it might be two videos, we'll see how it goes. And to start, I went to Funko and got a couple of things. They are pretty close to where I live, and I really like Funko. I've applied for jobs there multiple times, and I also did a final project for college when I was getting my design degree. And I designed custom roller derby Funkos. I didn't sculpt any, but I will in the future. And if you're on my Patreon, you know I've done it once as a commission for somebody. But I will probably do it again now that I know what I'm doing a little bit more as far as epoxy sculpt goes. But I'm looking forward to this project. I'm going to deconstruct a couple things and make a monster. So I got my bag here. So one of the first things I did was get a Funko of myself because they have that option now. They opened it a year and a half ago maybe of making custom Funkos, and the original one was monsters. And now you can make yourself. The selection's pretty limited and your outfits are fairly basic, but you can get like wedding toppers and get little accessories. So I made myself, but I made myself with my blue hair, and I'm holding a sketchbook and a coffee because, you know, what is more me than coffee? I don't know if this camera's picking up on it, but here's this one. And yes, that's my nickname, not my legal name. Yeah, so got that one. I got a keychain for myself, that's not for this. I also got a Stellalina Tokidoki. I really like Tokidoki, but I thought this would be a good base for a creature without a lot of sanding, editing, or epoxy filling because it's very minimal because it's Tokidoki. So I thought that would be a good one to have. And my idea is to use parts of this and parts of this to make like a creature and a master of some kind, or a warrior. And that is going to be helped by this last box that I got. So like I had mentioned, they had a build your own monster section before they had the build your own person. And now that they have the build your own person, all the extra pieces, they want to make money off of that, obviously. And this was a great idea, but they had a mystery monster box of different random pieces. I haven't opened this yet. It just says that the head color is pink, and it tells you it's the monster pieces. I have 3 more monsters already that I've made. 2 of them are my kids, and the other one's mine, but I'm not going to pick that apart because I made that one. But let's open it and see what I get in this one. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but pretty tough box to open, but maybe I'm just an idiot. Okay, what do we got here? Some bunny ears. That's one thing I can put on there. Ooh, unicorn horns and ears and a tail. That's kind of cool. And I could turn the person into a monster too. I got little fairy wings. Oh, that would be nice to stick on something. Little arms. It's a little furry. Got a pink head. Okay. So the heads, you can click all the pieces in. So like the nose and the ears. You put the body on, something on the hair. It's pretty hefty. I could probably make a mold of that and make more of these if I don't use this head. which I probably won't. Ooh, got another body. This one's not as exciting. It doesn't have any extra parts on it. Just furry hands. Ooh, we got tentacles. I think that's a mouth that would go, like, tentacle mouth. Blue hooves, which, neat. I got a bunch of accessories. I think there's more accessories and tails than there is anything. Bird feet. Okay. Ooh, I could make a hippogriff. I could put the feet, or I could make a griffin, because the griffins have only bird claws on the back? I'm not sure. Let's see here. Ooh, what did I drop? I dropped an ear, I think. Ooh, I got a little club, little cute club. Ooh, a head fin, so that goes on the top of their head. A little blue tail, which kind of matches the hooves. It's a little darker. I got some horns, so if I want to make like a deer. Little drumstick. And a laser gun. I don't know if you can really see that. And like a horse's mouth, which I could turn that into like a skeleton face. That would be kind of, I don't know if you can see that. Double tail. Ear fins and a little cat mouth. Look at. Little kitty cat. And little fins. So I can make a underwater person. I can make a mermaid. So what I have here is enough to make quite a few projects from. And I think the first thing I want to do is start with editing the Stellalina pop, just because it's already ready to go. But first, I'm going to open the Stellalina and open the custom. Yeah, this is very basic. When the head moves, I can pop them off if I need to. You can do that with not boiling water, but really hot water, similar to editing dolls. And the body is pretty hard plastic. And the head is hollow. It's not as hard as this one. So there's the pony. Now we're gonna open me, because I got some more accessories. So with the Funko, the custom Funko, you should be able to pop all the pieces off, and you can pull the little books out of their hands. So I got a little book, which I can paint. A little coffee, little tiny. And I think I can pull the hair off. Yeah. It's creepy. It's all squish. Now I'm bald. And the glasses do come off. So there's that. And I think everything pops apart. So you got the body, and that all pops together. So I could do, but this one doesn't have ear holes or a head hole like this one does. So you're pretty limited on what you can do with this. But I could, nope. These pieces do not fit with the body. They don't fit together. It's quite a bit bigger. So my options really are only this. But this is gonna be great for, oh yeah, and the head comes off and everything. This will be great for sculpting on each individual piece, because I can pull it apart, I can stick it on a stick, and put epoxy on it. So, there's a lot I can do. I could probably even make like a unicorn person with some wings. I could pop the wings off of this and put it on the back. I would have to dig holes in the side of the head to put this in, but I think I could totally do that. And then as far as the unicorn goes, I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I think I have to primer everything first, but I don't know, got some ideas. Stick around, see what I do, and hopefully I can get this into one video. If not, I'll do one creature in this video and one creature in the next. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you make it to the end. Alright, so this video is already getting on the long side, so I'm gonna keep it simple. I've got my tools, my epoxy, and I've got my fancy blue gloves. While I start to lay out all my pieces and pick what I want to use and what I want to cut up, I get out my base creatures, which I do prep the human, which I'm gonna turn into my aesthetic demon, which if you watched my other video, which you can see on screen now, it's gonna be blue ultimately in the end, and the tail's gonna look a little different. But I do only get to editing these pieces in this video, so if you want to see me finish that creature, you'll have to like and subscribe and let me know, and I will finish the other video. So for the rest of the video, I'm going to focus more on the Tokidoki, but for the demon, I do want to take those wings from the fairy and cut it up to make it a little bit more edgy, a little spiky, a little not as rounded and welcoming. I don't think my aesthetic demon has wings, at least not in the photo, so these will be a minor addition. But I wanted to do something a little bit more than just adding a tail to that creature. And you'll see too, when I add the horns to it, it looks a little naked. So here I am mixing the two pieces of epoxy together. You want to get equal parts, mix them real good until they're all one color, and then you can use it to sculpt like any other clay, but this does start to cure the longer it's out in open air, and it takes I think a full day to be done. Like, you can't reshape it, and then it's a few days to be fully cured, but I think the working time is actually only like an hour maybe. So to start with the demon, I added a booty because I felt like it would be funnier to have like a badonk on this fucking thing. And then here I am adding the horns. They are meant to be misshapen, jagged, ugly. They are not meant to be pretty. And they are not even. I break one off because I didn't like how... Please ignore my cat in the back. I didn't like how even the horns were, so I cut one off and it's a little jagged. Super gluing the wings on, and here you can see all the little pieces. Now, the little face piece on the side, the one that I said looked like a Jack Skellington face, is going to be turned into like a ponchette, I think. Little bag to hang over the shoulder of my Funko. So these are the pre-primered pieces, and again, you'll see these primered and finished painted and finally assembled in a second video. So now we're going to move on to creature number 2. And this is the Tokidoki. I pull out my pliers and start snipping stuff away. You'll notice that these tools are from the Jazza Creative box, the Ultimate Creative box. I was originally going to do an unboxing and make something with it, but I honestly ran out of time, and it got so far away from the release of the box that if I were to unbox it and release it now, literally no one would care. It'd be a waste of my time. So I am using those tools from Jazza's box, but I am not going to be making a video about that box. And unfortunately, I'm not getting the Illustrator Creative box because I have all those tools, and as much as like I like making illustrations, I also like doing other things, like working with epoxy and chopping up Funkos and making creatures. And this is where I'm off screen and not filming anything great. But then I tried to cut these hooves off because I didn't want to make the hooves out of epoxy. I'd tried earlier, a few seconds earlier, and it looked terrible. But then I realized that these pieces from Funko are made of like industrial fucking steel, and you can't cut them, at least not with the tools that I have readily available. So back to plan A, making hooves and sticking the fucking thing on there. They're ugly, I hate them. I tried to make them even, but once I got them on the creature, again off screen, sorry for my filming, this is what I ended up with. You can see that one hoof does not touch the ground. It is not even. I didn't do enough sanding on the... And now at 13 minutes and 40 seconds in, we are ready to paint. Of course, this has taken me weeks to get to. I think we started back in August or September, and the day that I was painting was very late November. And I cannot stress to you guys enough how painting is extremely intimidating to me, so my paint jobs are very basic. And for some reason, I thought putting paint on my hands and rubbing it all over the creature like you would put shampoo in your hair was a good idea. I wore gloves, and then off screen I let it dry and did some stippling and made a really cool texture. It's like a dead zombie skin. But then we move on to actual painting, which is terrifying to me. And I wanted to go with like a mint green chocolate to make like a chocolate chip mint monster or a chocolate chip mint zombie. I don't think that's where I ended up going, and I for some reason went with this really light tan for the horns, which I do cover up later because not only is that a boring ass color, it does not work with the idea of a chocolate chip mint zombie, which of course I end up abandoning, and it's just a green moldy zombie. Look at this fucking, look at it. Sorry. I thoroughly enjoyed this black matte paint, which I had gotten from Target. It's the Mondo Target brand. And I used the matte green as a base for a lot of the colors, but it just didn't look good. The matte black looked great. And I did really want a matte finish for this creature because I don't want it to be shiny. I ended up deciding it is not a candy creature. It is a dead creature. So matte is a better finish for that kind of idea or feel. You know, if it's shiny, you think it's like alive and juicy. If it's matte, it's not juicy. I don't know. And doing the little side flips was pretty fun. I really like how this looks. I love it. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And then I tried to do something really dumb. I tried to do a dark wash to muddy it up a bit, and I'm speeding through this because it looks terrible. I do end up fixing it, lightening it up a little bit with a dry brush of a lighter green, and it does work with the texture and it adds to the feel in the end, but I absolutely regret doing that. And here I am again covering up those horns because gross. Now they're a nice chocolate brown, and I had to go in and do a lot of touch-ups to fix my mistakes, and here we are getting to like the end paint. I started fixing the eyes, and I didn't want to give it regular pupils. At first I was going to go for like a goat type eye, but they are asymmetrical and different, so one eye is a plus sign and the other side is a negative sign. So it's neutral because it's alive and dead, which is just really ridiculous and it's me grasping at straws. The wings were frustrating but fun. I thoroughly enjoy how they came out, and I did have to switch to Poscas to do the rest of the detailing because I don't have a paintbrush that's fine enough to do that, and I don't have a steady enough hand. Okay. Well, I finally finished this. I cannot explain why it took this long for something so simple. And don't get me wrong, I am proud of this. I am. Despite the back feet being off, I do like the color scheme. I like the details. I like the hair. I do like that I finished a project, which is really hard. I'm busy and I'm tired and we've been sick a lot, and I get one day a week to do this, and some days I need a mental health day, and some days I go see friends, and some days I just play Animal Crossing all day. But I am glad that I stuck to this project and I finished it, even though I started it months ago when it was sunny and warm outside, and now it's rainy and sad and it's December, and I'm working a lot on Christmas presents, but I'm glad it's done. And if you really liked this process or liked what I did, or you are interested in what I'm gonna do later, spoilers, I'm getting the Salty Crafter box. I'm really excited about that one. Yeah, so if you like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, don't forget to hit the bell. I do try my best to upload as much as I possibly can. My goal is weekly, but if I do it weekly, the videos are going to be completely crap and short, and they're probably just going to be speed paints. But if I start getting more support, I can do more of this and produce videos more often. Without further ado, here are the final shots of my Tokidoki Funko recreation, my dead but alive zombie monster, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to drink water, take a nap, and love yourself. Bye-bye.